Hello and welcome to Shave with Dave. Some time ago I went into a local antique bric-a-brac type store and I saw this box and it said Airlit on top. I'd never heard of Airlit, but it was clearly a safety razor. Looked at the box. This safety razor is an Empire product. Retail price 3 and 6, 3 shillings and sixpence, and the Commonwealth of Australia. So I thought, wow, I've never heard of this, an Australian-made safety razor. So I was quite excited to buy it and look at it. So I opened up the box, had a couple of bits of paper in it, which I'll talk about in a while. And in the box was this, which, if you think looks remarkably like a Gillette Tech, there's a very good reason for that. That's exactly what it is. A Gillette Tech. Not an Airlit Australian-made razor, but a Gillette Tech. So that was a bit disappointing. I bought it anyway, as you can see, and it's quite nice condition, and Gillette Techs are terrific. I also had this other little bit of metal in there, and I've no idea what that's for. Again, more on that perhaps a little bit later. Anyway, so I was tantalised to learn that there is a razor called an Airlit, made in Australia. Never heard of it. Tried looking online. All I could find was references to Airlit in newspapers, old newspapers, references to advertisements for Airlit. I didn't actually see the ads, but just references to them, and they were from about 1945 to 49, so just after the Second World War. And that's it. I couldn't find anything, so I was intrigued. I wondered what the Airlit looked like. Well, what sort of razor was it? So that was nothing I could do about it anyway. Lo and behold, sometime later, I saw this appear on eBay, on an eBay site. Immediately recognised the box. Still not in very good condition, but it's an Airlit. And inside is the Airlit razor. So I was very excited to have a look at this, and there it is, the real thing, the Airlit razor. As you can see, it's an open comb. Just get it out of the box there. It's an open comb design, 3-piece, but it's different. It's different to most 3-piece razors. For instance, the Gillette Tech type, which just unscrews the handle, has a female threaded end, and you've got the stud there that's attached to the top cap, and that screws in, and that's common for most razors of this type. But the Airlit is different. The Airlit has a top cap which is threaded. Sorry, drop that, and the handle has the actual male thread on it. So other than that, it's similar. It comes apart like that, and you've got that thread in there. So yeah, that was sorry, my perspective's a bit skewed looking at the screen here. So it was a little bit different, and in good nick. I was really pleased with it. Open comb razor, but again, I couldn't find out much. But then going back, and I'd forgotten about these little bits of paper, and it had some interesting information, and it talks about the advantage of screw-in handle over studded type safety razor. The reason for the improvement in eliminating the center stud from the headstock is that sometimes the studs are pulled out because they're riveted in where the headstock is made from extruded brass and molded in where it's a die casting. By eliminating the center stud and making it part of the handle, there is never any chance that the razor will be incapacitated by virtue of the fact that the center stud is removed. This, from an engineering point of view, is a considerable advantage. Less chance of incapacitating it. Should the razor be dropped, and during the life of a razor it's quite probable that it may be dropped many times on the bathroom floor, there is no chance of bending the center stud, which is the first step in loosening it. It goes on in the back. I won't read it all out, but it talks about hygiene, saying that if the hole is in the handle, it can drive germs down into the threaded hole, and it's much easier to clean with this new design. And they're so impressed with it, they've done lots of testing, and we think so much of the improvement that we've patented it in the principal countries of the world. I'll just show you that. If you want to read the whole thing, you can. So there we have it. The mystery is solved. That's obviously definitely an Airlit, because it matches up with that description about the handle and the thread, and it shaves really well. I'm quite pleased with it. The handle's perhaps a little thinner than I would like, but gee, that's a small criticism. It's in good condition, and it's a great addition to my collection. Anyway, but I would really love to know more about it. I'd love to know, where it was made in Australia, how long the company lasted. There's really no real information. It does say on that little sheet that they are the oldest existing company manufacturing safety razors in Australia, but that doesn't tell me much. So if anyone does happen to know anything more about the Airlit Australian-made safety razor, I'd love to hear from you. I'll get out of your way now. See you next time.